World War II was coming to the end, but President Truman had made a decision to drop the atomic bombs over Japan, and with that decision was being made, the first atomic bomb was dropped on the city of Hiroshima on August 6, 1945, and the bomb was nicknamed Little Boy. Then a couple of days later, the second atomic bomb, nicknamed Fat Man, was uh, being dropped on the city of Nagasaki, and after the two bomb was being dropped over two cities, casualty was more than 270,000 lives. And then on August 15, 1945, Japan decided to surrender to the Ally. Um, Dropping the atomic bombs over Japan was unnecessary because the war in Europe was already over, and the Allies had planned uh, on the invasion of Japan. And before I go into my point why we should drop the bomb on Japan, I would like to show you a couple of pictures about the atomic bombs. This bomb right here is the little boy, and this is the atomic bomb nicknamed Fat Man. You can see why, because it's big. And this is the mushroom cloud that was uh, created by the atomic bomb Fat Man after it was being dropped over the city of Nagasaki. With that being said, let's talk about a little bit about the war in Europe, which was already over before the atomic bomb was being dropped. Um, the first country in Europe that surrendered to the Ally was Italy, which they surrendered in September 1943. But the main reason that pretty much the war in Europe was over because Germany really surrendered to the Ally, uh, which was in May 1945, because Soviets was advancing from the east and the Ally was advancing from the west. So they had no choice of but to surrender. With that being said about the war in Europe, let's talk about the invasion that was being planned against Japan. And that invasion was nicknamed called Operation Downfall. And there were three countries will be involved in this ally, which uh, which if it had happened, and those three countries were the U.S., the Britain, and Russia. And there were two operations under Operation Downfall, and the two operations were Operation Olympics, which would have taken place in October 1945, and the operation was to capture the southern third of Japan, and the second operation was called Coronet, and which would have taken place in 1946, and Operation Coronet was planned to capture all the air bases so the Allies could land all their planes. So, in the conclusion, even though it would have caused a lot of casualties for the Allies if they had invaded Japan, uh, but it would have saved a lot of innocent life if they hadn't dropped the atomic bomb. So we have talked about the war in Europe and the planning of the invasion of Japan. I hope this speech will make you have a different views on the usage of the atomic bomb against Japan during World War II.